Warning: the following content was created by a trained professional. Trained in emotional damage, impulsive choices, and romanticizing red flags with poetic flair. Side effects may include spontaneous laughter, temporary clarity, questionable texts, and the urge to reevaluate your entire situationship. And nothing's random except everything.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't try to fix what you're trying to see. Like, there's no video. I'm not doing a video anymore. I'm done with the lights. I'm done with worrying about the right angles, the perfect hat, the perfect shirt. You know, if my background looks like I'm filming in a fucking hostage basement. This isn't a video show anymore. This is a fucking podcast. It's back to the roots, you know what I mean? Me, the mic, and whatever the hell is on my fucking mind. And obviously my hookah and a little bit of wine. Because honestly, I got tired of performing. Tired of overthinking. Like, will this clip go viral? Or did I say something too personal that looked stupid when I was saying it? You know what I mean? Like, no, this is my space to be real, to say things that we're all thinking about and don't say out loud. People love to say, bro, you sound like a broken record. You're constantly repeating yourself or talking about yourself. What is that? Like, is that what the platform is all about? Yeah. Well, what the hell do you talk about? Politics? The weather? Your boss? You talk about some of the same things over and over again. We're all broken records in some way. The track just changes slightly depending on what life throws at us. And that's what everything at random has always been. Me saying the shit we all think about when the room goes quiet, when the day is over and you're stuck with yourself. And sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's ugly, sometimes it's uplifting, but it's always fucking real. So this season, I'm done like trying to be super fucking polished and make it like look super good. I'm not trying to sound like I've got it all figured out, because I know in the past sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm working on this, I'm doing this, and then I sound positive, and then the next, bro, I don't have it all fucking figured out. I never will. I don't think any one of you motherfuckers have it all figured out. I don't care how much money you're making, how good of a job you have, or whatever you're fucking doing. Whatever, that doesn't determine like how you have shit figured out. Because let's be honest, you have never lived the life I live. I never lived the life you lived. And maybe you did all these like great things that some people check off a box that is amazing. But you never truly suffered. You never know when it's like to go without. So fuck you, bro. Like, really fuck you. So don't come at me judging my shit or criticizing my shit. If you want to help me, then fucking help me. Don't give me some bullshit. Oh, you should do this or you should do that. Fuck you, bro. And I've said this before, but it seems like it doesn't. I don't think people really fucking understand. If you thought your shit is that important, or what you feel as though that needs to be heard, you can listen to any other fucking podcast. This is what the fuck I talk about. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. Let's talk fucking numbers. It's not the most, but I'm listed across the fucking world and constantly fucking growing. Even when I'm not fucking recording. So I must be doing something fucking right. I don't have just one listener. I don't have just like 3 subscribers. You know what I mean? It's growing. And it may not be at the pace that everybody looks at, like Joe Buttons or fucking Drink Champs or Jay Shetty and stuff like that. I don't have all that shit. What I have is me showing up, hookah lit, fucking glass poured with some sangria, and ready to talk my shit. All right? So we're going to jump into it. And I'm going to start off by saying, like, last season, I seemed a little bit off. I seemed a little bit emotional. Something wasn't right. And I said it in the beginning. I believe I mentioned, like, I'm not ready to talk about something. I wasn't ready to talk about it. But I'm going to talk about it now. So let's tell you how it all started. Let me give you a fucking story. Let me paint the picture. Flying back from Texas, no job. Sold my car. Half of my clothes still in a different state. Fresh out of the corrections. Mentally fried. Emotionally drained. Trying to figure out what my next move is. 3 days before my flight, I connect with some woman online. Sorry about that. There's always like fucking things going on. I connect with some woman online. You know what I mean? And it was a few deep convos. Like, let's not forget, it's 3 days before I'm about to fly back. Nothing wild. Just one of those, hey, maybe this could be something kind of vibes. She seemed sweet. Tall Puerto Rican baddie with abs, money, that fake soft voice that makes you think she's healed. Fast forward, I land. She picks me up from the airport. Remember, this is our first time meeting, bro. We just chit-chatted here and there real quick, sent a little pictures, you know, getting a little naughty and shit like that. You know, I'm a visual fucking person. Picks me up at the airport. We link, we vibe. What the fuck you think happens? We're adults. We fuck. You know how that goes. I wasn't selling a dream. You know what I mean? I was being honest, like saying certain things like, hey, I would like this. This is what I'd like to do. But it's not like something I need to have right now. You know what I mean? I told her, I don't got it all together. I don't got it all figured out. I didn't lie about having like a mansion and everything set up and a job set up. I said, bro, I'm back. I'm kind of broke. I'm back home. I'm trying to rebuild. You know what I mean? But you see, people show you their PR, you know, the PR version at first, the one that's filtered and the customer service voice. It wasn't until like the next day, like I noticed the way she talked to a waitress, like they were beneath her. Like we was at T-Mobile. She also talked to somebody like kind of nasty. She laughs, but there was like no warmth in it. It was very like cold. And I'm not trying to shit on her, but I'm just telling you what I felt. You know what I mean? And then she listens just enough just to say she did, but not really hear you. You understand what I'm saying? And then boom, she gets upset. This is our second day, like not even second day. This is like another couple of hours. Because remember, she picked me up from the airport, went out to eat the next day. You feel me? So, and then boom, we're out to dinner. Well, not dinner. We're like brunch or whatever. And she just like, we're having a conversation or something. She gets upset. She mentions my podcast and a woman that this whole podcast was built upon. You feel me? Like, oh, she got like a whole season and this is how you feel. Like she started flipping out. Like, mind you, that was a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? This is before she even like, you don't even have a fucking title in my life right now. So she acted like I recorded this episode while we was laying in bed in the middle of the night and I was whispering into the mic about someone else after we just fucked. You get what I'm saying? Delusional. Fucking delusional. But I ignored it. I ignored a lot because sex, that was good. And when you're lonely and you start making excuses, you try to force peace in places that only offer you fucking war. Okay? And just when I thought it couldn't get any messier, all right, let's not forget, after like a few days, it's like a lot of back and forth, a lot of arguments and this and that. I started like distancing myself from her. Okay. she hits me with a text. The text says, prepare yourself. That's it. No context, no nothing. Just prepare yourself. And the next text, and here, let me give you some more context. She doesn't have an iPhone. That should have been another fucking red flag right there. I should have known. Like, you can't tell what the messages are gonna, like, when the messages are coming. You feel me? So it's just like, boom, prepare yourself. And you're just like, I'm trying to figure out what I need to prepare myself for. What's about to happen? And then, bam, random blurry picture because it's coming from an Android. Pregnancy test. My fucking heart dropped down to my fucking socks. And that's where the whole thing started. But we'll get into that. We'll get there. For now, just know I just landed back home into a whole storm I didn't even see coming. Okay? Here I am, fresh back from Texas, trying to pick up my pieces of life, trying to breathe, trying to start over, and bam, ran-ass woman barely knew me with a prepare yourself text and a Marvel post-credits fucking follow-up like a positive pregnancy test photo. Like, she's sending a fucking selfie from the beach. Like, it's like, this is cool. No words, no conversation, just that's it. JPEG. And then we talked. And yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do this. And no matter what. And I was like, yo, you sure you want to do this? Like, I said, I want kids. I thought I had time. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't think like right now. You feel me? Let me tell you what that did to me though. My stomach dropped, my brain went blank, and I just sat there like, ain't no fucking way this is my life right now. But here's the truth. I wasn't trying to play house with this woman. We couldn't even talk more than 10 minutes without arguing. She snapped at people in public. She snapped at me. Like, I ain't like how she talked to other people. You feel me? It's just weird. Like, she got mad when I talked too much. Like, if I'm expressing how I felt was some kind of a fucking attack to her. She didn't want honesty. She just wanted control. She had the money. She felt as though she can just do whatever she wants. She just throws money at it. And to some people, that's fucking cool. But to me, it's not, bro. Like, and still, I considered stepping up. I said, you know what? Because I ain't built to dip off on responsibility. I told myself maybe this is the universe forcing me to grow up. Maybe this is my time to man up even if I don't like her. And I was ready to do it for the potential child. Not for her, but for the child. Not for the drama. Just for the fact that I don't want my kid growing up thinking that I dipped off because I didn't want him. It's like, I didn't fuck with your mom's cut. Like, let's be real. Like, I didn't think this was where it was going to be. And plus, like the anger that was between us, like, I just didn't want my kid to like have to suffer that. I would like, all right, I'll just okay the shit out of everything. So I could show some kind of niceness around my child. And I'm going to be honest, like, I want to raise my child in a house of love that, like, people actually talk to each other. And if we do get into arguments, like, you know what I mean? Like, we can understand and respect each other and have those conversations and come back to each other. But I didn't want to raise my kid in something like that. I said to myself, yo, I'll do the time. I did just work corrections. So, you know what? It's a prison sentence. I did the crime. I'll do the time. That's what it. But like, the back and forth continue happening. I was trying to figure out my life and trying to figure out what that life is going to look like. dealing with her or whatever it is going to be. And sometimes I figured I was like, hey, I'll try to make this work. And then sometimes I'd be like, fuck, I'm going to hate myself every single day. And then there was a period of time that we didn't talk. And some time passed. And she texted me again. Middle of the night. She lost a baby. No build up, no emotions, just he's gone. And the amount of guilt and relief that hit me at the same time, I can't even explain that feeling. It's like grief and gratitude had like a head-on collision in my chest, because I was mourning something that almost happened, and grateful I dodged a future that was guaranteed to be a war zone, a lifetime of fuckery. I didn't celebrate, like not externally, maybe internally I did, and it's fucked up. I understand, but I did sit back and realize like this is what happens when you confuse comfort with connection. And honestly, that moment changed me. It forced me to look at how reckless I've been with sex, with energy, with my peace, because I almost tied myself to someone who I didn't even like. Like, I didn't even want to follow me on social media. You know what I mean? Like, you should like the person that you're with. Because at the end of the day, like, all the stuff is gonna go, and like, if I can't sit there and like you as a person and you can't be goofy around me, then what are we doing? And that's how quick your whole life can change like that. You know what I mean? So when people ask me, like, you mentioned you're being a little bit more careful when I'm trying to like date and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not just out here. They think I'm kidding. Like, I'm not here slinging dick. Like, why I'm not out here just acting crazy like normal because like I'm single, I should. Why am I distant and cautious, and like sometimes like this shit looks like it's going dry out here? It's because I almost brought a child into the world with someone I couldn't even have a civil breakfast with. And I can't go back to that. Not for a moment of pleasure, not for a night of pretending, never again. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about how lonely it gets out here. Let's talk about how some nights I sit there like, damn, I really could just call somebody and dive headfirst into a distraction. I think we all do. I think we all think that. Sorry, I'm like getting messages on my computer and it's pissing me the fuck off. Because it's easy. It's easy, it's fast, it's convenient in the moment, and it feels good as hell. Let's not fucking deny it feels good as hell. Like, if you're telling me sex with a stranger doesn't feel great, you're bugging. You're bugging, because it feels amazing. Because there's no real commitment. There's no thing to like, you have to perform good. Like, if I don't perform great, like, fuck it, I'm okay with that. But you perform even better, unfortunately. It's crazy. It's like you do really good when it's a fucking stranger. You know what I mean? It feels good as hell. But afterwards, you're sitting there like, what the fuck why did I do that? Why did I trade my peace for a body I didn't even want to lay next to after? The truth is, sex used to be like my way of not thinking. It was a way of, I felt as though like I needed that to feel connected to somebody. If we can't physically be there, and like that is still a part of me, like I need that physicality, you know what I mean? But I'm not using that anymore like that. Truth is, sex, you know what I mean? It's just a different It's like a cigarette or something like that. It's just a relief of feeling something I didn't want to, like, I don't want to feel anything or feel everything that's going on. The older I get, the more I realize, like, I want to give myself away. And it sounds weird. It sounds like I'm being a bitch, but like, nah, I don't want to give myself away like that anymore. Because it ain't just sex, it's energy. It's like you soul tie and you regret in a warm body, and it's just bad, bro. You ever had sex with someone and you don't even like that much, and now you're stuck in that position where, are they gonna leave, or should I leave, or do I mention to get an Uber, or are you leaving soon? Like, I got shit to do in the morning. Like, it's that awkward shit. Like, what are we doing? Like, we're done. Go ahead. And then you're just like laying there scrolling through memes, trying to pretend that you're not disgusted with yourself, that with what the fuck you just did. That's real, bro. I've been there more times than I want to admit. But here's the part that scares me. It ain't just an emotional weight anymore. It's real life consequences you have to consider. And it's always been there. The pregnancy scares, it's always been in the back of my mind. But let's be real. Half you motherfuckers don't even think about it. STD, paranoia, you don't even fucking think about it, bro. Let's be real. Most of us buy fucking a 3-pack of condoms, only use one, and that's it. What the fuck? Trust issues, like, you have to worry about. Like, are they really just talking to her? Or just talking to him? Or are we the only people? Are you like this with everybody? Like, we fucked on the first night. Did you fuck somebody else on the first night? Or every fucking date you've been on? And it's a whole lot of, what the fuck am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like, when I'm doing these things, I'm like, what am I doing to allow people like this in my life? To allow shit like this to happen? Back in the day, they actually, I love the fact that people are constantly saying, and this is me going on my rant, but constantly saying, like, oh, freedom of my body, don't slut shame, blah, blah, blah. If everybody can get their hands on it, like, or anybody can have it, as long as they have a great conversation and it looks good in lighting and they put their best foot forward, if anybody can have it, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not saying you need to work hard for shit, but I feel as though, like, it shouldn't be that easy, bro. And yet, let's be honest. Sometimes I just want to put my dick in something. There's no doubt about it. I'm a horny ass motherfucker. Like, I want to do no strings, no deep conversations, no trauma bonding, just a fucking friction and not silence. I was gonna say silence, but I like a little talk, a little dirty talk, spit in my mouth, get a little crazy. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But now, like, I'm out here thinking, like, if she got herpes and she spits in my mouth, I can catch that shit. That's crazy. What if it turns into another baby situation? Am I ready for that? Because I don't even know what her life looks like right now. What if I lose more of myself trying to fill the void that I created? While I'm doing this, I've hit a wall, man. Because when someone I don't care about, the sex is easy. When I don't care about something or somebody, the sex is easy and it's great. But when you do care about somebody, you truly love them, suddenly you're overthinking every moment. You're trying to unlock a fucking secret level in a video game. You're trying to impress. You're trying to perform and make sure it means something, because you want it to mean something to them, because it means something to you. You know what I mean? But that's when I knew I was tired. Not tired of the dating, not just tired of fucking casual sex. I'm tired of trying to convince myself that these moments are enough. Those, like, simple little pleasures are enough. I'm not the same dude that I was a couple of years ago. I'm not the same dude that was here 5 months ago or even 5 minutes ago. I'm always learning and evolving. And I want something real now. But not that let's play house and fucking act like shit is cool and work our way there type of real. I want to feel peace when I roll over. I want to feel safe when I vent. I want to feel seen without putting up a fucking performance. And until I find that, I'll keep my dick in my pants and my energy in my own damn hands. Or keep my energy in my pants and keep my dick in my hand. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's one of those. Because I'm learning. Well, I've learned being alone. It's not that bad sometimes. Compared to what's out there, it's not that fucking bad. You think I want to do this whole fucking game of the back and forth of like, oh, I like you, you don't like me, and then you do like me, and then at that point I don't like you, and it's a back and forth. I've done that game. You feel me? Like this whole back and forth shit. Yo, let's just make it work. You know what you feel. I know what I feel. Let's just make this work. But you know what I mean? It's so much bullshit. Like I just want that real shit. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that on another episode. But being alone is great sometimes. It's a lot better than being drained by somebody that you don't fucking want to be around. You know? Enough about that. Another thing that happened and has transpired in my life. I'm going to just say this. Some friendships don't end with a fight. They just fade out slowly. In between old stories that you've already told like 50 times, and the new version of yourself that person will never meet. I'm going to talk about something that kind of bothers me. This is about a friend I've known for over a decade. A brother. At one point, like we're inseparable. You know what I mean? You already know if he there, I'm there. I'm there, he there. We talk almost every day. We laugh. You know what I mean? Till we fucking choked, and it was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? The bullshit that we went through high school and everything. You know what I mean? But now it's like every time we link up, it's just rerunning old episodes. Same conversations, same jokes, same remember when shit type shit. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I love nostalgia. We all do. We all do love nostalgia. It feels great. But I don't want to live there, because when I'm over here trying to grow, heal, level up, like my brother's still sitting in the same mindset he had back in 2012. And that's not judgment. It's just the truth. There was a time we didn't speak for a while. And guess what happened? He got a house, he got a job. We both grew separately. And that silence gave us room to breathe, to evolve, to not feel responsible for holding each other up in the same old ways. You know what I mean? It's very toxic. It's like the smoking, the drinking, and there's nothing wrong with that shit. But when there's no true motivation behind it, I don't know what's the point to it. But the moment we got close again, you know what I mean? Like it was hitting rewind on a VHS tape. You know, if anybody knows what the fuck that is. It's the same stories, it's the same mess. It's just, different year. And we're just talking about the same shit over and over again. Am I really growing if I keep entertaining the same fucking cycles? Like if we're still talking about the same shit over and over again and not making moves on it, like what am I doing? Are we truly friends? Or are we just clinging onto versions of each other that makes us feel safe? Because every time I talked about therapy, accountability, or healing, or anything like that, he'll deflect, he'll laugh it off. He'll just get quiet and just be like, you need to fuck more bitches, or you need to smoke more weed. But that's not the fucking solution, bro. But because you You love someone like a brother, you want to take them with you as you grow. You know what I mean? Like all the things that are going on, but sometimes they don't want to grow. I realize like they want to stay stuck in the comfort of like their own chaos. And if you're not careful, they'll pull you back into that same chaos with them. You know what I mean? I realize I can't keep being the high school version of me for people who refuse to meet the person I am today, the evolved me. I can't make space for old habits and dressed as loyalty. And maybe that's what this segment's about, like letting go. Not in anger, not in bitterness, but with truth. Because like some friendships don't need a funeral, they just need a quiet goodbye. Like if he ever hears this, which he doesn't, because he like, you know what I mean, you're my brother, but you don't promote none of my shit. I'm choosing conversation that pushes me, connections that challenge me, the friendships that grow with me. So yeah, this is the part where I take a bow and I walk forward alone. And it's lonely. It's hard, but it's not to say that I won't talk to him ever again, but I think I do better when I'm not around and I'm just finding myself and doing my own thing. But that's it. That's what happened last season. That's what's been going on and focusing on and stuff like that. And, you know, this whole episode might sound like not spiraling, might sound like I was unpacking a lot of shit with a side of like my hookah and my wine here. But the truth is, like, I just like clearing up some of the stuff that's going on. Clear on who I am. I'm clear on what I want. I'm clear on what I can't do anymore, emotionally, sexually, mentally, spiritually. Like with the baby scare, like I said, fucking baby. I could have been a father. And for a second there, I panicked. And for longer than a second, maybe even a minute, I felt relief. And before y'all judge, let me say this real slow. Don't look at me sideways, okay? For feeling relief. When half of y'all are out here sleeping next to people you despise, raising kids in homes full of fucking resentment, silence, and unspoken tension, okay? You ever met someone who had a kid with the wrong person and decide to do it again with the same wrong person? You tell me that's selfless? That's fucking stupid. But bring a life into this world just to prove you can do it better the second time around. I heard people do that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's delusional. Because children don't need just diapers and daycare. You can't just do that shit on own. They need peace. They need a village. They need two people who can be in the same room without throwing emotional grenades at each other. You know what I mean? And I know deep in my gut that the person I was dealing with, we couldn't even finish dinner without arguing. Or get to bread. We couldn't even get through like breadsticks, if anything. So yeah. I know it sounds shitty, losing a baby and stuff like that, but like, fuck that. Like, I'm not dealing with that bullshit. Because I'm not just out here, and that's another thing, I'm just not out here just throwing dick anymore. Like it's fucking a Groupon. Like when I'm going out here and I'm trying to date or I try to talk to somebody or try to connect with somebody, like I'm really trying to do that. I don't want to just jump into something. I have to be realistic of what's going on out there. Like shit, I went on a date. And after like after the dinner, everything went fine, and I think she pretty much said if I wanted to go back to her place. And I honestly, I wasn't ready for that. But she was like, before anything, can I tell you something? I was like, what? I have herpes. I was like, what the fuck? Boom. Like, just like that. Like, real, I respect the honesty. But that made me sit with something deeper. Like, how many of us out here, like, just fucking around and don't even realize that somebody might have something and stuff like that? We're trading bodies like fucking Pokemon cards. Not even knowing what demons, diseases, or emotional debt attachment. That's just one thing. I actually ended that date that night. Like, that shit is... I went down a rabbit hole looking at my phone. I'm just giving you a whole bunch of rants right before I end this shit. But, like, I'm wrapping it up. Don't worry. I also was getting worried because I was like, did she drink out of my drink? Sounds crazy. I don't know. But yeah. Also, another fun fact I learned, 2 out of 3 people have herpes that are around you. So if you step into a place and there's 3 people there and you're like the third person there, it's either you have herpes or 2 others have herpes. That's something that you have to consider. Okay?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Are you fucking kidding me, Siri? Shut up. But that's it. I'm just out here trying to have real conversations before I jump in with anything, trying to be honest. Like, how do you, like, I want to know with a person, like, how do you handle stress? Do you even like yourself? Like, if something was to happen, if we get into something, like, are we going to be able to handle it like adults and talk about it and figure it out? You know what I mean? So, like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna end this, but that's it. Like, the sex, the baby, the friendship. You know what I mean? Like, we all are dealing with stuff in our life, and I'm just here talking about it and being real with it. And I know, like, some of it hits you. I know some of the things you may say, like, what the fuck? But it's real, bro. Like, I may have talked about this before, but this is the stuff that happens on an everyday basis. This is what's going on in people's lives. Don't act like it doesn't happen with you. Don't act like you don't have baby scares or you're not fucking with somebody that you don't even fucking like, but you're doing it anyway. Or you have friends that you're losing contact with, that you grew up with or you've been with each other for so long, but you realize you've outgrown it. You can love them all you want, but you outgrown it. And you're on this different path. And you're going to find people that are in the same place that you're at now. And that's okay. And sometimes you're going to have to walk this whole thing that you're doing alone. But if you're doing it alone, just understand you're walking towards something real. And you're going to find people like-minded like you. So yeah, maybe I sound like a broken record. Maybe I've been repeating myself. Maybe I'm still fucking breaking. But if you're still here listening, then maybe you are too. So let's take that long walk, loneliness together, and quietly and honestly, just fuck it. Just randomly, just do whatever you have to do. This was like no script. I was just like randomly talking, and I'm just like looking around, and this is where I'm at. Welcome back, you know? Thank you for listening.